Welcome back. Thank you for taking time to review this entry. If Entry 1 Total Part 1 has not yet been reviewed, consider reviewing that first before continuing. The purpose of this entry is to continue providing an understanding of what to expect from NeoAnalysis going forward and to explain wave counting, along with the core ideas behind the methodology. Total is the chart chosen for this process. To quickly recap, total represents the aggregate market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies. It combines Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the broader altcoin market into a single benchmark. Because it reflects overall market liquidity, risk sentiment, and cycle dynamics across the entire crypto ecosystem, total often provides a clearer view of macro structure than individual assets. An important concept to understand is that NeoAnalysis compares how long one wave lasts relative to another using Fibonacci ratios, commonly called fibs, alongside other commonly observed ratios. These include 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, 0.786, 1.0, and others. This was touched on in Entry 1 Total Part 1, so this entry will not cover it again except to emphasize the importance of the time-based fib tool, which is used as a primary measurement, while price relationships serve as supporting information. On NeoAnalysis charts, price retracement ratios are displayed in percentages, while price extensions and time extensions are displayed as values. Time confluences and constraints become inherently self-evident once structure and degree are better understood. NeoAnalysis charts use consistent color coding to identify degree levels. Green is used for cycle degree waves and associated tools. Cycle green will at times be referred to as CG, followed by the wave count or labels. Blue is used for primary degree waves and associated tools. Primary blue will at times be referred to as PB, followed by the wave count or labels. Pink is used for intermediate degree waves and associated tools. Intermediate pink will at times be referred to as IP, followed by the wave count or labels. And red is used for minor degree waves and associated tools. Minor red will at times be referred to as MR, followed by the wave count or labels. While there are additional degrees with assigned colors, they will not be explored at this stage. This color system enables quick visual recognition of degree hierarchy, including wave labels, measurements, time, and price ratios, and notes across multiple charts. It also supports the use of concise degree trees for reference. The two main degrees examined in this entry are cycle and primary. To maintain chart clarity while using this color coding system, candlestick colors have been adjusted from the conventional green, advancing, and red, declining, to white, advancing, and gray, declining. The cycle green structure currently represents the highest reasonably countable structure visible on the chart. However, this does not mean it is the largest degree present. As additional price action develops over time, a larger degree, most likely at the supercycle white SW level, is expected to become identifiable. The cycle green structure should therefore be understood as part of a still developing larger framework. At the cycle green degree, Total has developed a large corrective structure labeled CGwxy. The primary time relationships within the CGwxy structure are as follows. CGW extended for 1,087 days. This is the base measurement for the relationships of the other legs at this degree. CGX extended for 799 days, equivalent to 0.733 times the duration of CGW. This places the duration inside the common zone between 0.618 and 0.786. CGY extended for 2,031 days, equivalent to 1.87 times the duration of CGW. This places the duration inside the commonly observed range between 1.618 and 2.0. While 2.0 is not a core Fibonacci ratio, it is commonly used. Waves frequently terminate at or near whole numbers, especially 2.0, making it a practical and frequently observed extension target. Meanwhile, 1.618 is the most important and well-known core Fibonacci ratio, also known as the golden ratio. Note that the inverse of the golden ratio is 0.618, and many traders consider the golden pocket a band between 0.618 and 0.65 or 0.66. CGX, functioning as a connector, has retraced nearly 88.6% of CGW in price, while remaining shorter in duration than CGW. CGY has taken substantially more time and produced a significant measured move, nearly reaching a measured extension of approximately 5.5 times CGW in price. The primary blue degree provides the internal structure of the larger cycle green waves. Each cycle green wave is examined at the primary blue level to validate the higher degree labeling and ensure internal consistency with the parent wave's function and proportionality. This hierarchical process confirms that the cycle green correction, CGwxy, is composed of complex corrective patterns at the primary blue degree, consistent with the overlapping and grinding nature of the larger structure. Inside CGW, the primary blue count is PBABC. The primary blue A wave is an overlapping corrective structure, while the primary blue B wave is a running flat variant. PBB is just over 1.0 times the duration of PBA. The primary blue C wave inside CGTW exhibits strong parabolic behavior, reaching a measured extension of approximately 140 times the price range of PBA in a short period. While this advance appears impulsive, the internal structure is not a clean, impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern, which reinforces that it is corrective. The duration of PBC is just over 1.618 times that of PBA. Crypto frequently produces strong, impulsive-looking price action inside corrective waves, particularly during periods of high retail participation influenced by hype. This characteristic is why structure and proportionality, rather than price momentum alone, are used to determine wave type. Inside CGX is a choppy, complex corrective structure labeled PBwxy. The primary blue W wave is the internal leg that nearly reaches the 88.6% retracement of CGW in price, while PBX retraces PBW by nearly 50%. PBX is also compressed compared to PBW, lasting only between 0.272 and 0.382 times the duration of PBW. PBY appears truncated, reaching just over 0.414 times the price range of PBW, and terminating between 0.618 and 0.786 times the duration of PBW. PBwxyz, a complex triple combination, is the internal count to CGY. The first leg of a count serves as the base for measuring the rest of the structure. PBW is the base for the internal count to CGY. PBX terminates in the range between 0.618 and 0.786 and retraces PBW by 78.6%. PBY completes in the same range between 0.618 and 0.786 while extending only 0.65 times the price range of PBW. In the current count, PBX2 inside CGY exhibits compression. It retraces PBY by 50% and has a duration between 0.382 and 0.5 times the duration of PBY. PBX2 is shorter in duration and shows tighter price action than what is typical at the primary blue degree. Compression occurs when a wave is shorter in both time and price range than expected for its degree. In such cases, the internal count is labeled at the next lower degree to maintain proper proportionality. Here, intermediate pink is absorbed, making minor red the internal degree of PBX2. The internal structure of PBX2 is consistent with a complex corrective pattern at the minor red degree. Compression is common in extended corrective patterns. It reflects periods where the market moves in a more subdued, grinding manner before resuming the larger structure. The internal structure of PBX2 supports the lower degree labeling while maintaining consistency with the parent PBwxyxzz pattern. PBZ is the final progressive leg of the triple combination. PBZ had a duration between 0.618 times and 0.786 times that of PBW, where PBW was the longer of the two progressive legs in time. PBZ also traveled approximately 0.854 times the price range of PBW, where PBW was likewise the larger progressive leg in price. Measure the second X wave against the Y wave, but when measuring the Z wave, time and price are referenced to the dominant progressive leg, W or Y. If W is larger in price but Y is longer in time, then price relationships are measured against W, while time relationships are measured against Y. Each dimension is evaluated independently to preserve proper proportionality. The structure from the origin of CGW through the completion of CGY represents a multi-year corrective complex. The decline following CGY is currently being monitored as a potential CGX2. If this interpretation holds, an additional leg, CGZ, would be expected to follow. An alternative interpretation is that this decline marks the early stages of a new wave at the supercycle white, SW, degree. Further price development and time are required to distinguish between these possibilities. Particular attention will be given to how price behaves as it enters key time-based Fibonacci zones relative to CGY. Structural invalidation of the CGX2 scenario would occur if price breaks key levels in a manner inconsistent with a corrective connector, while validation would be supported by price respecting time relationships and maintaining corrective characteristics. Thank you for taking the time to explore this analysis. Please remember to subscribe and follow NeoAnalysis on X, YouTube, and Substack.